Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome back to another Watcher of Realms video. We have the gold raid with stage 7. You only unlock this after you reach hard mode campaign stage 8-4. So you're into this game for quite a while to reach this stage. It's not an easy one to beat, and it's not an easy one to actually achieve the maximum amount of gold. And that's where we want to focus today. And what are my tips to get this going? Obviously, it will be a gear check. So it will be how much of good gear you have equipped on your champions to get that damage going to kill those little goblins or whatever running with the gold, right? So you need to be very strong in terms of your heroes, but you don't need to have an end game setup to go into this one. It's not for the end game players. If you are at the point where you can beat stage 8-4 on hard, then you should be able to beat this one as well, but you need to properly put in your champions, your heroes on the board at the right time to achieve this. And I think the key for this one, at least for my experience, was using heroes where they give you back resource cost. And resource cost is very key, I think, at the early part of the development of heroes on the board, right? So what do I mean by that? There's a couple of heroes and most of them are defenders from what I've noticed through the gallery. I was going through defenders and fighters are what you need to focus on for the resource when they give resource back. And one of the rares that can do that is this one, Narvi. She's a fighter, all right, and she can give back through her ultimate, which is a manual cast, gives back 8 cost to you. She costs 10 and gives back 8, so it's not exactly equal, but it is worth going for this one if you don't have one already. And she can block too, so not as a defender. And then we have some, look at this one right here. Auto cast also got a 600 cost and restore 6 with an 8 cost to apply, so you have to consider that one as well. Then I think many more have this, like 8 cost immediately, cost 9, so you can reduce that by 1 depending on your gear. And then finally, the one I'm using for this one, it's an epic that I just happened to get. Cyrene right here costs 11, but this, the auto cast ultimate that she has, can recover 12. That is key, so she recovers more than what her cost is. And actually I use the right gear on her to reduce that cost to 10. So she costs 10 and gives me back 12 whenever she's got the ultimate. So the longer I have her on the board, the quicker I can start placing my heroes down. And then even when I manage to retrieve her back, I also get some cost back from the initial cost that I had on her. And that's the key for my strategy, at least. I won't show you my heroes in terms of the damage, because you're trying to get as much damage as possible with your damage dealers, and the AoE heroes are very strong here. If you've got them, you have them. If not, then Iona is fantastic here. I believe Mole is also great here, but I've been focusing on my other heroes and I've neglected him a little bit. Maybe I should check on him as well. And I think a big part of my wins is also Mari. She is pretty cool. Very good damage potential to your other heroes through her control. Okay, so she freezes all of the goblins together, which is her skills. Fantastic in terms of the slow and also the vulnerability that she applies, so you do more damage based on her doing the slows, and you'll see it in action right here. I'll show you once the battle that I have saved up through my auto fight, right? And then we'll do one more again just to show it how you set it up. So let's show the auto fight and how this looks, and I'll explain how you can just do the same thing. So look at that. I'm applying my Morrigan down, Marie, and very quickly I have 3 heroes down on the board, 4. And then right as the goblin is ready to go through the door, I managed to get my tank there, who provides a big block. So here I'll freeze. Look at that, perfect freeze. And at the right time, I usually get her back. I think I got her back even on this. I think I got her back when I was doing it, but I'll show you guys again. And you see how much of the cost I have already going. And basically this is the setup, and you're using the ultimates at the right time. The auto mode used it a little bit earlier, but it's fine. We're having a good time blocking everything, using our ultimates at the right time. And I think it should clear it with enough time on the board. 4 seconds. Look at that. Sometimes I manage to do this quicker with different setup that I was trying out. I was just trying to get that 100% completion since I've bought the gold card. What's it called? The gold bonus, which gives you 100% more gold. And I wanted to get the maximum out of my multi-battles before I let it run and I go do other stuff in the house, right? So I was like, okay, I gotta get this going and I gotta make it right because I'm gonna be wasting, you know, gold, and gold is very hard to get in this game. It's insane. So I try to make the best build. So let's go and I'll show you the manual setup and my thinking behind it. And if you have the heroes available to do similar stuff, especially Marie and some hero that you can use that I showed at the start where you recover cost, then it's going to make it easier for you. By the way, the gear that I have on Cyrene is this one. It's nothing too special. Some epic gear, some legendary gear, but the key part is this set right here, the rapidity set, which gives you -1 cost to just dropping down your hero on the board. That is key to how useful your early game, can I call it early game? it's like League of Legends, where you put in the hero down on the board, right? It's how quickly you can do that. This helps a ton. I don't care about range damage since I've got Mori Gain there trying to carry me through. And as I said, you need a lot of damage to kill those goblins. Those goblins are tanky AF, all right? Tanky AF. So gotta get them down quick. So you need the damage already, but also getting your heroes down as quickly as possible on the board is also very key to this. So let's have a look at how, well, I'll do this run again. And by the way, you can restart the run at all times to make sure that you're doing your optimal setup. So look at this, costs 10. I bring her down immediately drop in Mori Gain and Marie because the costs are quite low for Marie and Cyrene. And with this, I should be able to kill at least one of the goblins. All right, what's happening? All right, I'll restart and do it quicker this time with Marie on the board, and I should be able to kill the goblins this time around. Yeah, that was very close, too close to my liking. And then I just start dropping in the big boys plus the tank right there. Looking good. And that should slowly start killing the big goblin there. And now I have my ultimate on Marie. That's going to be key here because I want to freeze the goblins. Gonna wait it out a little bit and use up all my ultimates there just to clear the board. Look at that, beautiful. I'll get her back since I do have enough cost available to just drop everything on the board, and I should be fine right now for the rest of the fight. Just have to be careful with, look at that, goblin almost went through. That's why you need to have 2 block heroes, I think. When you're first starting out, 2 block heroes here. I think as my account grows stronger and stronger, I should be able to clear this even with 1 block hero. But at the moment, I'm not there yet. Just freezing things just to make sure. And now here's the boss with 40 seconds to go to clear the rest of this. I should be able to clear things up. Looking strong here. Even stronger than the initial auto battle that I showed you. I think it asks you if you want to update it at the end of the run, or it auto updates it if it's better. Shortest clearance records has not been updated. Upload the battle data manually. Yeah, this is what you want to see. And you also want to see 100% collection. And that's how you do the gold rate. Obviously, the same tactic can go to the lower difficulties, but I would suggest, all right, I would suggest farming the highest difficulty when you have the gold bonus, obviously for the maximum benefit for your effort and also your time, right? So have that in mind when you go into the gold rift. I tried to look for, by the way, on YouTube, try to look for other guides just to see, but I just couldn't find it. I was typing gold rift guide stage 7. I couldn't find it, so I thought I'll just try it myself and put out a video. Maybe this will help somebody else out where they have some difficulties clearing it 100% to collection for, you know, every single run that they do. So that's what you want to have. You don't want to have runs doing 95%, 90%, ideally 100% every single time. The same thing goes for the EXP rate, the XP rate. But this one is way easier because this unlocks first at the normal 8.4. So the difference in terms of requirements is obviously there. The recommended power is 120k, comparing it to the gold raid, which is more than double, right? So you have to understand how much more difficult it's going to be to clear it. And once you start clearing it, you're going to be becoming stronger and stronger because you'll farm the gold, you'll upgrade your gear, be careful with that, and you just become stronger. Anyway, guys, this was the video. Consider subscribing. Thank you all so much. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.